What's up, everybody? Coach Tim Springer, Spartan Basketball, back with another car series, and I would have to say this may be the most personal message I've ever spoke in a car series. And I mean, everything I speak is about me, well, you know, what I go through and what I feel and that, but this one just really hit home, and it's an interesting story that I'm about to tell you, and I think it just really calls for some kind of action. Basically what happened was last night I was playing in my men's league game. Didn't play as well as I wanted to, but whatever. And I left. And the weird thing is I was going to stick around and talk to some people, and I just decided to leave. And this is kind of how I know all this was happening for a reason. So as I'm leaving, it just starts pouring. And those of you that live in San Antonio last night, you know what I'm talking about. It starts pouring. Thunder, lightning, just pouring. And I'm on the access road to one highway, and I'm on the interchange to get to the other one. And basically, as I'm going, I see this young teenage girl she's in shorts and a small jacket, and she's getting poured on, and she's just looking for someone to pick her up. She's about to go walk onto the highway. So my conscience just hit me, and I pulled over, and she walks up to the van. I said, what are you doing? She says, well, I'm trying to go to my friends. I said, why aren't you at home? It's pouring. Well, I left there. I had to walk out, and I'm going to my friends. Well, where does your friend live? I don't know. I just know they live on Everest Road. I said, well, I don't really know where Everest Road is. Do you know? No. She said, okay. Well, do you have, if I let you use my phone, is there somebody you can call? I don't know anyone's number. I don't have a phone. Okay. So I told her to get in. I went to the next exit, pulled over, through a process of elimination, basically figured out what the address was to where she had to go, threw it in the GPS, and we started riding out. Now, the funny thing is that's not the funny thing, but crazy thing is she was walking in the complete wrong direction on the highway. She was going to go away from where her destination was, and that's crazy. So, anyways, I start, asking questions. Right away, I can see the situation, you know what I mean? 14-year-old, out at night at that time, about to walk down the highway, pouring rain. There's some trouble going on. And so I started asking questions. And, 14, I haven't been to school in 3 weeks. Me and mom don't get along. I just walk out and I leave. She calls the cops. I stay with some friends, and they come back. I start asking questions about drugs. She said, yeah, I did drugs before. I don't really do them anymore. But as all 14-year-olds do that do drugs, they don't tell you they're doing them right now. They just say, I used to. Say her mom don't get along, mom doesn't like the friends, mom doesn't like this, and, typical stuff. But the crazy thing was I asked each question, I knew what to ask because I saw me in that. That was me at 14 years old. That was me, the knucklehead running around, not so much in the heavy rain sometimes, but more the freezing snow. Nowhere to go, no one to call. Back then cell phones weren't what they are now, common. We're still using payphones, believe it or not. I feel old, but I just knew what to ask. I knew the questions asked because I saw me in that, and it was so scary to know that I was that ignorant as well. Like I made the same dumb mistakes. Like here I am looking at this girl like, what are you doing out at 14? At 10:30 at night. You're 14 years old. Granted, I was a guy. She's a girl. That makes it even a little worse, but. The troubles with mom, walking out, not going to school for 3 weeks. All that was me. I was in those shoes. So eventually I stopped asking questions, and I said to her, okay, well, look, here's your cab fare. You're going to listen to my story. You're going to listen to what I have to say. And I just went and I told her, I said, look, I've been there. I know what you're going through right now. And I know everyone tells you that, but I was that same person. I told her that was this, and I told her where it led for me to be at 16. And where I was at 16, she doesn't want to be. Consider it the Scared Straight program. We don't need to go into details, but at 16, I was in one of the worst spots you could be for a 16-year-old to be. And I just told her, I said, don't do that to yourself. And on top of that, I don't regret anything in life, but I wish I had done some things better. I wish I had, one, treated my family with more respect. Two, I wish I had made better choices, especially about school, the people I was around, just everything, because, I'm doing good for myself now, But you know how I had to work twice as hard as everyone else. One, to get out of that, and then two, just to get up and catch up to everybody who had the right foundation from the beginning. And I just told, don't make those mistakes now. Fix them. Don't walk away from them. Problems don't fix by walking away from them. Problems fix by addressing them, staying in them, fighting the fight, working it out, doing what you got to do, communicating to the right people. And it was just crazy. And, the other thing she talked about, her father passing away last year. I was in that boat too, saying about the same age my father passed away. And I know the hurt she was going through, and I could see it in her eyes because I remember, it's almost like I was looking through my eyes and seeing that hurt. And I just knew, I told her, I said, look, you got to fight the fight. You got to be in school. You got to do this. And, she's like, oh, well, thank you for lecturing. I'm like, this isn't a lecture. Because I know at 14, I wasn't trying to hear any lectures. But, hopefully, I think it was divine intervention that I was able to tell my story to her the way it was. And I hope it clicks. I don't know if it does. It probably doesn't. But I just hope, man. And the whole story behind this is we got to start doing something for these kids. I know she's not the only kid out there that has this problem. If I was the same, if I had that problem in New York, 21 states away, 15 years ago, then I know it's still a problem. I know there's more kids out there. We got to do something about this. We really, and I'm speaking to everybody. I'm calling everybody out right now because, we talk about, oh, well, America's got this wrong. America's got that wrong. It does, and we need to fix those immediate problems. But I'll tell you what, if we don't start fixing the problems of the future, if we don't start helping these kids who are our future, if we don't start building them up and they're having a struggle and they're going in and out of detention homes and prisons and addictions and everything else and not going to school and not having any education, man, we're in trouble. We're in serious trouble. Hold on, I gotta go around a turn. Sorry about that. But we need to address this. And right now I'm just worried. I'll be honest. I think I'm doing something here by saying this, and I'm going to spread this everywhere. You think Coney was all over the place. Wait till I'm done with this. But my point is this, is we got to do something. I'm going to take action. And my mind and my heart haven't told me what my action is yet. But I'm going to do something. I can guarantee you that. And I'm going to challenge you to do something. These kids need our help. These kids, even the kids that aren't at risk like this, they need help too. They need to know what we need to do to lead this country and to lead this world, to change the things that are wrong, to make better decisions. This has to happen. I can't, man, I'm just so caught up for words right now. I get so emotional about this stuff, man. I was that kid. Thank God I was able to tune in at the right time to save it from just that downward spiral where it became a lifetime thing. Thank God I did. And I think I did for a reason, because I had to go through this, because I had to be in situations like that, because I have to help these kids. But I can't be it all myself, and I'm going to do what I do. But what are you going to do? Really, what are you going to do? These kids need our help. All of them. Especially these at-risk kids that struggle at home and have situations like this. So, I'm going to say this. Just spend 15, 20 minutes today. And one, feel blessed for what you have. Feel blessed for if you did have a good childhood. Feel blessed if your kids are able to have a good childhood and they're not going through these struggles. And just feel blessed. But then figure out, what are you going to do? And take action. Don't just think about it and talk about it. I'm talking about it on camera right now. And I'm doing half, one, to spread the message, two, to hold myself accountable. Because if I know I put this out to you, that means I got to be good on my word. I'm going to make something happen. But I'm going to say this as well. You do something now. We all got to do something. If we all make small steps together, that'll lead to massive actions, a compound effect. We've talked about it before. So that's my message for today. And I just pray you really take this seriously. And I pray you do something about this. Take care. God bless.